Let's keep going.
It's two sides to it though, because there's people who are like turn into incels, and then there's these like red pill men who are like so intense, like it's gone to two extremes.
What's intense about the red pill men who are just like women shouldn't be whores? Basically.
Yeah, like no, they're not even saying just that. Like, they're just basically saying like we are not equal.
That like, men and women are not equal.
Yeah. Women should stay in the kitchen and be stay-at-home moms and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a whole conversation around that comes to like fucking economy and the way the world's gone and how like weak the dollar. There's so many things that have led to like women having to make more money on their own just because like general, not even talking about you and making money, but people can't even sustain their sort of life that was quote unquote the American dream for so long. True. So people, women in general are like more than ever the last like have to get jobs and have to be involved in actually making money. Otherwise, like people can't even sustain themselves anymore.
No, it's so true.
So it's just a weird time, but I still can't get over the fact that like I think it's so poisonous to people.
All
like
right,
it's
pause.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Brad gave a very politically correct and nice answer to this. So let me tell you how niggas the truth. I get it, Brad. You don't want to be too controversial, so it's fine. I'll take the bullets and slings and say what it really is. First, he says these red pill guys come in and think that, we're not equal. Yeah, we're fucking not. The fact that you can go on OnlyFans and make tens of thousands of dollars for being a 304 proves that we're not the same. I can't do that. I'd have to build up a platform first to do that. Meanwhile, you could do it, make a bunch of money. That's number one. Big reason why we're not the same. And your profession literally proves that we are not the same. Matter of fact, to take it further, your profession accentuates the reality that men and women aren't equal. That's number one. Number two, as far as women entering the workforce, etc., this is a byproduct of feminism. I talk about this in fucking detail in my book, Why Women Deserve. Go ahead and get it, guys. But the bottom line is this. Feminism, with all the other issues that it created with, promiscuity, sexuality, all this other shit, the main thing, and one of the economic ramifications that no one ever fucking talks about, because we live in a gynocentric society where everyone's and too scared to criticize females, is it doubled the workforce, okay? Now, and this was an unintended consequence of feminism. Oh, let's go ahead and make women equal to us in every regard and get them in the workforce and, get more people working, etc. What they don't realize is when you double the workforce, now employers have more leverage. When employers have more leverage, they don't have to pay you as much, okay? If they don't have to pay you as much and labor is cheap, that creates economic instability, right? And then we also have the printing of money, fiat currency, without being backed by gold. We went off the gold standard thanks to Nixon in the 70s. So you add in feminism, fiat currency that's not backed by anything, and doubling the workforce. Yeah, and then you look at global conflicts. Yeah, it makes no fun. It should make sense that milk and eggs are going to be expensive now. Right? Inflation is a problem that occurs from many different variables. Right? I've only named a few. That's not even all of it. This is a very watered down and bastardized explanation of inflation and why women have to enter the workforce now. But I think it's very important to understand, given the context of this conversation where feminism and equality, those other shit, that feminism played a huge role in the creation and the acceleration of inflation in the United States. If you double the workforce, you've effectively doubled the you've made it easier for the capitalists to exploit you. You've doubled the workforce, which means now they can decrease the wages. And that's a chief problem with why we have the problems that we have. This is why, and for anyone that doesn't believe me, if you look at jobs that are hard manual labor that women don't often do, guess what? Something magical happens. All these jobs, despite the fact that they don't require a higher level education, pay over $100,000 per year. Plumbers, mechanics, power linemen, etc. These hard, laborious jobs that don't require a bachelor's degree or a master's degree or a PhD or any of this other shit pay more than a lot of the jobs that do require an education where women are also flocking to. So what does that do? It proves what I told you guys before. When the workforce is predominantly men, wages stay high. When the workforce is infiltrated by women, the wages go down. And that, my friends, is what mainstream society doesn't want you to know. That, my friends, is what gets you censored. That, my friends, is what gets you called a sexist, a misogynist, an asshole. But this is all facts, and we have the data to show it. Blue-collar jobs with a skill set and low education easily clear 6 figures a year. Meanwhile, there's guys that have master's fucking degrees that can't get a job in fields where both genders are represented. That should tell you everything you need to fucking know. Feminism was the beginning of the end. Every single societal ail that we have has been precipitated by feminism. And there's very few people that are willing to call this shit out. We're one of them. I'll talk about this in more detail in my book, Why Women Deserve Less. Go get it, niggas. But yes, that's my monologue on feminism. Anyway, we'll keep going. We'll keep cooking here. Like the video, niggas.
Facts. Straight game. All right.
Like, and even this OnlyFans thing, just the fact that I know for a fact 99% of these girls, they're not even running it. Like they're doing whatever they're doing. They're taking the photos, they're giving it to some team, and the team is like running it for them, behind them, or answering the messages, because they don't have the bandwidth to reach that amount of, like, we talk about the girls who was like, some chick, I made $4 million, whatever. It's like, she's not, there's zero chance that girl, we don't even have to have the conversation about it. Don't even have to talk about it, that she's answering all those messages. So then this weird parasocial relationship that they're having with the person that they'll likely never meet. They'll never actually talk to. They're not actually talking to, but they're like emptying their bank accounts.
I mean, what's different about me is I do meet them and I do give them that more like personal thing. And the guys actually get to fuck me. So
it's a little different, but it's like, and then you talk about, or I see, then the copycat people, and it's like, it's weird. It's like, this is like becoming some sort of.
Well, did you see that woman just got arrested in Turkey?
Yeah, I did. I saw, I don't know if that was real or not.
No,
I saw that clip though, of a girl who was, I guess she was going to do something. I don't know if it was similar, but
yeah, she was going to fuck 100 guys for OnlyFans.
Yeah. So like, look what you're doing. You don't ever, but you're not like,
W Turkey. I tweeted about this, actually. W fucking Turkey. I think I could find the clip somewhere. Yeah, guys, Turkish law enforcement arrested a chick for trying to do one of these stunts. Right?
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
That's a fucking W, bro. That is a W. Because they understand the societal ramifications of this bullshit, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, look, you want to be a degenerate, that's fine. But don't fucking broadcast it out to the internet. You know what I mean?
They're making it cool, which is weird.
One thing that Trump did, actually, one of his executive orders, he made a one flags policy. Only American flags, none of that shit. Which I agree. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. One flag. We don't need to put rainbow flags. Those other, like, I'm tired of seeing other flags being flown in the United States. Should be the American flag and then the state flag. That's it. I don't even like state flags, to be honest with you, a lot of the times. So this whole, bullshit of inclusivity, etc., it dilutes nationalism. Okay? And despite the fact that people say, well, Byron, nationalism is bad. Oh, so being a patriot is bad? Putting your country first is bad? Being super fucking, proud of where you come from is bad? And that's where we are now. You got socialists like Lasan Abi saying, oh, nationalism is toxic, as if socialism is better. Fuck that shit. Like, we need to go back to being nationalists, caring about our country. The problem is that America wants to police and give all this aid to all these other countries that don't give a fuck about us. They just take our money, right? Take our resources. Fuck that shit, man. Nationalism is good. It should only be the American flag. You got to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Like, shit like that. But whatever. Let's keep going. It's funny, man, how the wokies have been trying to bastardize a term that where love for your country is looked at as bad. Keep going.
What am I doing? Like,
you know what? I do stuff for me, and I do stuff because, like, I know I'm going to enjoy this, and I don't do it for the money, so I know
but you
what
do
I'm doing.
Do it for the money.
But I don't think
because you just said earlier that you were in college and you were going to do this, but then you're like, fuck it, I can make money doing this.
No, I meant as in
you do it for the money. Because I guarantee you weren't having sex with 100 dudes in a day when you weren't getting paid for it. So now that you are getting paid for it, you exacerbate for what? Profitability. You understand that having sex with 100 dudes in one day is extremely controversial and get people talking about you. That notoriety brings in curiosity That curiosity brings in customers and they subscribe to your OnlyFans. So the bottom line is, yes, you are doing it for money. Stop lying. There's a big difference between just being a typical banging some dudes at the bar from a drunken night out versus systematically planning and executing a mass gangbang at some random nigga's Airbnb and recording it for the internet. It's not the same. That is deliberate, manifested, and organized thottery. Okay? So you are doing it for the money.